Hi everybody, this is Rima from The Guiding Star. I am following up on some of the astrology videos I've made in the past. I haven't been very consistent with it, but I'm putting an effort to keep up with it. And usually I would just delete and let it go because time is of essence right now. I don't want to give up. I want to continue making these astrology videos for all of you who are either curious to learn or who are conflicted whether astrology works or not, and you're curious just to hear this. Okay? I practice Vedic astrology. In other words, it's called sidereal astrology, Indian astrology, where we go deeper into the sky beyond the tropical belt. Western astrology, I don't like the word restricted, but it basically goes as far as to the tropical belt, the solar system. But we in Indian astrology like to go further out and consider constellations, nakshatras, to make calculations, to analyze your chart. Now, if you have not heard my previous videos, I'll highly recommend hearing them because they build up on each other. So what I'm saying today will make much more sense if you heard my previous videos. What I want to share today is a very important burning question. It's a valid question that many people ask is, how do you know that astrology works? Like, why does it work? It makes no sense, right? That there are certain planets somewhere in the sky and they're impacting us. How can they impact us? Like, how can you predict somebody's life and career based on where Saturn or Jupiter or what zodiac sign you're born in? To a logical mind, that makes no sense. Here's how I like to explain it in the easiest possible way. The sun, our star, is millions and millions of, I don't even know, like, I'm not a science person, so I don't even know the number of how far away the sun is from us, but it impacts us, right? We need it, in fact, for our day-to-day breath, prana, to live, to be active. So the energy that the star emits from being so far away and from us rotating around it, it is impacting us on Earth. Earth is the only planet in the solar system that is fully fertile, where we are able to sustain life much more easily, right? And have the most favorable circumstances. But as all planets, including Earth, rotates around the sun has a certain amount of pull. It basically controlling us, because if it didn't have the control, if it didn't have the gravitational pull, we would be way out of the solar system, right? There would be no nothing that is holding us together in space and time without just falling out in the sky or without being able to. It's like being on a conveyor belt. I love seeing it as a conveyor belt where the sun has a certain amount of strength and pull that it keeps us in line. I like to say that it keeps us in line. We cannot go beyond a certain parameter away from the sun. None of the other planets in the solar system can. So the sun is the center, and we are all rotating around it within a certain amount of pull, pressure, force, whatever you call it, right? All the other planets that are also rotating around the sun and close and far away from us are having an impact on us. So this physical body that I have, right, the fact that we're standing on Earth, it's not just the sun, or it's not just the Earth's gravitational pull that's keeping us, or creating the body that we are creating, the activity that we are able to hold in our lives, the ability to live and have the life force. It's every planet's impact on Earth that is making us, that's making Earth. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it's not just that, Earth is fertile and we're just born here and there's no other influence. It's like, even if I'm living, let's say, in my home, the outside atmosphere, the weather of the whole city, right, is going to impact me. The weather in the sky is going to impact me. So astrology works. It's true. I mean, one way to put it is try it, right? There's so many people who practice it and they know it works. That's one illogical way to say it. It works. We don't know why, but it works. But it does work because even though Saturn or the planet Jupiter or Mars or Mercury we are not rotating around them. They're our neighbors. They're with us in the same solar system. They're emitting rays. They're emitting influence that is impacting us on Earth. That is causing Earth to be what it is, that is causing us and our bodies to be what it is. Our body contains, in other words, it contains the influence of the element, is the right word, of Sun, of Saturn, of Mars, of Jupiter, all of that. So when we are born, when somebody is born, the combinations on the east side of the sky that were created is a snapshot of your fixed birth chart. We call it Lagna chart. Why we call it Lagna chart? Go back and listen to my previous videos. Listen to my previous videos, then this video will make more sense because I'm building up each video. But that combination is it's like your DNA, the DNA that you're born with in your body, right? You have a fixed DNA. So the snapshot, the screenshot of all the planets that were aligned in the sky when you were born in the east side of the sky, based on the time, place, and the day that you were born, that creates your birth chart. That's telling us what is the influence of Saturn and Jupiter and all the other planets and Sun in the sky on Earth when you were born. So that you imbibe that within you. You brought that with you because you exist. You just came into existence on that day, right? So there's a very strong influence of those elements in your soul existence and in your body as well. But then as you continue living, every day the moon changes. The moon is the fastest moving, it's not technically a planet, but it's the fastest moving planet, if you were to call it a planet, out of all the others, right? So every day the moon changes, its phases change. Now that's the moving influence, ongoing influence. It's like today it's hot, in general it's winter or it's summer, but then every day the weather changes, even in summer. It's not exactly the same. That will also influence you, but to a lesser degree. It will influence you, sometimes more, sometimes less, but it will create an influence either with, over and above, or under the birth chart that you had, the fixed DNA that you were born with. So these we call transits or gochar in Hindi. That's basically depicting and saying that, well, you had this constitution with which you were born, but what is the scenery like today? And if you were to step out today, what will be the impact on you? Okay, that's just the simplest words that I can put it in. But as I continue making more astrology videos, and if you follow suit with every video I make, it will all make sense to you. It'll all come together. It's a complex subject, so you have to break it down and build on it little by little. Now, the only other thing that I want to cover in today's video is, I want to keep these videos short. I don't want to overwhelm you, right? So the only other thing I want to address, and this is very important, it's very important, it's very, very important. And I'm glad that there's one astrologer finally I heard who's very popular, very intelligent. Finally, he said it, that I keep telling everyone, is astrology, most of that, he said this, only 5% of the astrologers, gurus, spiritual leaders, are authentic. Most others are doing what they can to earn money, name, fame, or power. And that is so true, right? So astrology is not wrong because there are certain astrologers that practice it incorrectly. Astrology is a great, if you want to call it a science, technique, practice, whatever you want to call it, I'll say a practice. But it's a great medium and a way to give you direction, guidance, support in life. It is not built to tell you what gemstone is to wear. It was never built for that. It was never built to say, when will you have a child, what career, when will you make money, when will you, lose a job. It was not made for mundane things like that. It has now become that because people are malpracticing it, because people are using the best way that they can get money out of it from the mass, right? There was nothing like monthly forecast in astrology. It doesn't exist in astrology. Gemstones don't exist in astrology. All these, it's become very mundane. It's lost its essence. Astrology was created, and the planets that you get, like many people strongly believe this, and this is how astrologers also contribute to it, because they say, because you have this combination, let's say Rahu moon in your chart, that's why you are so and so, and that's why so and so is happening in your chart, that's why your husband or wife is cheating on you. Not true. It's not because you have the combinations that's occurring. That's not true. What is true is, because you had a certain karmic debt, right, or imbalance, whatever, however you put it, certain karmic path to follow, you decided to be born on earth at that particular day and time when the combination of the sky would be what they were, because that was what you were bringing on that is unresolved, unfulfilled, unfinished. So it's you who's coming and bringing what you had to bring, and that is creating the time when you were born, and that is the snapshot. It's just what you're seeing in the sky is not causing your life to become your life you had predetermined certain things in your life because of which you were born on the day you were born. So it's not because Rahu moon is in your chart, somebody is cheating on you, or you have like depression or bipolar. It's because you have unresolved karma. If you have unresolved patterns, you had a certain karmic debt. That's why you got Rahu moon in your chart. Why did somebody else not get it? Why did you get it, right? That's the right way to look at astrology. And the astrologer's job is not to say how doomed you're going to be in life and spend certain thousands of rupees or money to come out of that problem. The astrologer's primary job originally, the reason why it was built, was to help understand what are your strengths in this life, what is the reason you were born, what is the spot, the place to maximize your energy, where should you focus in your life so that you can make the most of this life for some people, and what should you avoid when you can, or what should you be aware of, cautious of. So for example, for some people, the primary life pattern is just to pay karmic debts, which means having just in and out, they're having a very difficult life for years and years and years, right? Their job is likely just to come to this life and pay off the debt. So you're having to work with an employer for years that you don't like, or with all the employers you work with, they mistreat you, they pay you less, you're paying off a karmic debt. For some people, they are here to enjoy the fruits of their great doings from a certain lifetime. So they're just here to enjoy. They're not here to grow. They're not here to, so they have a great life for most parts. There are some people who have a mix of both. There are some people who are here to really go up to a next level or much higher. They're here to master, ascend, whether that's financially, spiritually, in different regions. So an astrologer is there to help you understand what out of these or anything else is really the focus of your life. What is in your DNA that either needs to be purged, so you need to master it, let go of it, or accept it, or work on completely changing it, whatever that may be. But the reason why the word Jyotish has been given to Indian astrology is the lighting of the candle in the darkness is to give the direction that the soul needs, is to give the guidance that the individual needs to enhance their life, no matter how difficult their life may be, how bad a chart may look. The astrologer's job is not to create fear at all. Never at all. You never want to go again to an astrologer who has said things that cause fear, that make you feel horrible about yourself or your life. You don't want that. You want somebody who's giving you, even if they have to say difficult things, they may have to, right? Like this is bad in your chart, or this is difficult, but they're ultimately going to leave you with a positive note or a positive solution or encouragement or coaching. That's why I call astro coaching. And how do you overcome that? What can you do to minimize it? I hope this helps. I hope, I hear it a few times over and over again. Astrology is such a topic that you need to hear it over and again for it to fully process and set in your mind. But anybody who hears my video, I do not ever want you to feel again that because of a certain combination in your chart, so and so good things or bad things are happening. The planets are not causing it. You brought the planets with you. That is a part of your karmic, deeds that you accumulated, good and bad, from past life, because of which you got the chart you got. Okay, so it's no accident that you have what you have. And we can use astrology really, truly to improve the quality of your life, to improve the efforts that you put in, to put them in the right direction so that you're not wasting time in trial and error. And you don't have to keep taking births to overcome a certain pattern, a certain thing, a certain challenge in your life. Sometimes people are in a soul is in a repetitive pattern of being mistreated, let's say, by others. And astrology can point that out and help you bring that to awareness. And then, probably if there are remedies in astrology, doesn't mean your problem is solved. Never. A remedy in astrology does not mean your problem will be solved. Maybe it could in certain circumstances. Remedies in astrology, it gives you the strength to cope with whatever you need to cope. Okay, this is Rima Desai from the Guiding Star. Thank you so much for watching. Share this video, bring others on. I will continue to make more, and hopefully I'll make a community at some point to share more about just astrology related things. Bye.